L06cd2, track 39.
A quick summary now of the main money in education stories this week. Firstly, as any parent knows, the cost of education can be huge, especially as children get older and want to go to university. You will be faced with huge fees and the problem of how to pay for them. Earlier this week I spoke to financial advisor Michael Dennis, and he told me about this month's figures and the almost unbelievable cost of going to university these days.
University has always been expensive, and there are schemes in which you can get a grant to help pay the fees, or for the top students you can sometimes get a scholarship. But these aren't always available, and in most cases, when you're at university, you may need to get a loan from the bank to pay for everything. Of course, you're not earning money when you're studying, so you can't even begin to pay the loan back until you leave university and hopefully get a job. It's not much fun starting your working life in debt and owing the bank a lot of money. Official figures out this month show that the average student debt is around £15,000. For medical students, the figure rises to around £25,000.
£25,000. That's a lot of money, and that could take at least 12 years to pay back if you manage to get a well-paid job. That was financial advisor Michael Dennis. The news is not all bad for students, however. Some schools have taken part in reward schemes in which they actually pay their students. St Luke's School in Bristol has given £11,000 to its A-level students for getting good exam results. Before their exams, the school gave each student target grades to try and achieve. Now the results have arrived. St Luke's Sixth Form College has given £500 to every student who got into university, and students get prizes of £20 for achieving each target grade. This is what Caroline Clark, head of Sixth Form Education, had to say.
The results this year show the success of the scheme. Unlike many schemes, this one rewards every student for doing well, not just the best students in the year.
I asked various people what they thought of this scheme. Yesterday I spoke to a parent of a student at the school and asked her how she felt about the reward scheme.
Well, I'm not sure, really. I don't think they should pay students. I mean, young people should work hard for exams because they want to do well, not because they'll earn some money. I think people think about money too much.
Later, I spoke to Mike Bell, head teacher at St Luke's. He told me that more students had got places at university this year than ever before. He also said the students were working much harder than before, and his school would continue with the scheme next year. Holly, a student at St Luke's, said she was really pleased that her school had taken part in the scheme. She told me it was a great idea and that it had made her work much harder. She also said that she was really excited because she had earned over £500. When I asked what she was going to do with the money, she told me she was going to buy a new laptop computer, which she could now afford to buy.
Yeah, with the £500, I can afford a new computer, which is great news, as I really need one for my studies. At my school, most of us thought the reward scheme was really good. Some of us weren't sure at first, but in the end, certainly we all agreed that the scheme had made us work harder.
Finally, we heard this week about another reward scheme, this time in the US. With holidays coming up soon, one school in Florida has set up a homework scheme using the internet. Students who do more than 12 hours of practice exercises on the specially designed internet site during the school holidays will get prizes. Children aged 6 to 10 get a bicycle, those aged 11 to 14 get $100, and those aged 15 to 18 get MP3 players. Some people feel that reward schemes like this are controversial, but with prizes like those, I'm sure the students will study as hard as they can. Well, that's it for today. I hope you can tune in for next week's Money in Education summary. And now, over to Fiona in the weather studio.